Welcome back to my channel. Donna Parsons here. And in this video, we're going to learn how to do items and services in QuickBooks, which is really important. So before you even put an invoice together or try to create an invoice, you need to have items and services created to be able to utilize on your invoices. So items and services is located right below your chart of accounts. And by the way, we are working in a sample-based company across the top. So I have a sample company. You don't want to use a sample company as your own company. This is just for demonstration purposes. So we want to be over on the icon called Items and Services. It's also located under Lists, Item List, same deal. So if you wanted to do List, Item List, it would bring you to the exact same place. But I'm going to double left click my mouse on Items and Services icon on the home screen, and I'm going to come over to tree removal. Now we're just going to be focusing in right now on services that are part of these items that were created for this sample company. So if I came over to tree removal and I double left click my mouse on it, it tells me that the item name, or I could have a number, is called tree removal. So when you create your invoice, tree removal is going to be the item name or number. Sub-item of means if the tree removal is part of a group of items. So you can have a group of items or a sub-item of. For example, if you were creating an entire computer where there's different parts that go into a computer, and you would have it be part of that group. In this case, it's just tree removal. The description would also show up on the invoice. So in this case, it says tree removal service. Rate. You can actually predetermine the rate, or at the time that you're creating that invoice, you can put in whatever rate you're going to be charging at that time. To the right of it is tax code. Now, tax code is determined by, your accountant needs to tell you whether or not you have taxable items or if your services are taxable. There is, every state has a different threshold for what is taxable and what is not taxable, so I cannot advise you on that, but just know that you need to go to your accountant, and your accountant would determine whether or not your items are taxable, or you need to the government division, and there is a guide that will tell you what items are taxable. Underneath, there is an account, and this account in your chart of accounts is called service. So it's an income account, meaning that when you create those invoices, that money is coming into your company. So that is an income or an income account. So we're going to click OK, and we're going to choose another one. And in this case, I'm going to choose another one called gardening, for example. And in gardening, same thing. You have gardening. It's no sub-item, and it's weekly gardening services. And rate is left blank. Tax code depends upon the state that you're in and whether it's taxable or not. And in this case, this is a different account. Now, what this company or this demo company has done is pretty much broken out different categories within the income account, meaning that, for example, they want to determine how much money they're making, for example, in installation, or how much money they're making in maintenance and repairs, or how much money they're making in decks and patios. So you can see that they've subcategorized services as the income so that they can figure out, or in the long run, at the end of the year, maybe they should focus in on materials or decks and patios because they're making more money on that service other than, for example, gardening. That's is part of items and services, and we're going to go on to the next lesson. I hope you're enjoying what I'm doing with QuickBooks. Thank you for your time, and if you like what I have to say, subscribe.